Good evening everyone. So welcome to today's video. We are going to be reviewing the debate on whether you should have attack percentage or a cryo damage bonus on your goblet artifact. Typically with Ayaka you would want to run your HP, attack, and then attack percentage, cryo percentage, and then either a crit circle or a crit damage. The way in which a lot of people would always say is a lot of people would think that's a good balance, but as I found out in my particular case, that is not a good balance. If you're a free-to-play player, what I'm about to say might not really apply, but definitely when you consider a C6R5 Ayaka, this really makes the discussion very, very interesting. So just to make sure that we're all on the same page, you can see here's my Ayaka space attack, and we're just going to quickly go into a goblet. There you go, you can see this is the current goblet that I've got. It gives me a cryo damage bonus of 46.6% and some pretty crappy substats, to be honest, but we'll swap this out with this a bit later. Let's just get a good feel for what we get. So crit rate 58, crit damage almost 200, so getting the ratios better to 1 to 3 or 1 to 2, and of course the cryo damage bonus is 70.6. So now let's quickly go into a domain. We're going to skip forward. So what we're going to do is see how much our E skill does. So pressing E, we can see we've done 24,199. And now when we do a normal charge attack, that is 5448 without critting. And just then if we crit again, we did activate our E, so it's the same circumstance, but you can see there's the 5448 again, and now it's 16266 with the crit rate. Skipping forward in this video, I'm just going to go forward here, and what we're now going to do is we're now going to replace this cryo cup with an attack percentage goblet. This one's got slightly a bit more crit damage, but that's okay. And what you'll see now is our attack's been boosted, but of course our cryo damage bonus has now gone down. So now you've got like this, the one effect sort of plays off against the other effect, and the question is, what is the optimal point? Generally I can't tell you what the optimal point would be for your build, but in my case let's just see what happens. So our crit rate has just gone down a bit, crit damage has gone up, so we've actually lost out a bit of damage on average here, but that's alright. And there we can see the cryo damage is now gone significantly to about 40%. I'm quite lucky, I've got the R5 Mistsplitter, so whenever I do get stacks for it, my elemental damage is increased by a maximum of 56%, so that is essentially a goblet. So I don't really need a goblet. 32 to 56% is quite good. And let's just see what the effects are. First testing our E skill, and we can see this is 24,870. And now when we do a critical slash as we did here, you can see there's just a normal hit, and then there is the actual damage. So let's just bring it up here on screen. The E skill, not much of a difference. We did get a bit of a higher attack, which is really nice. The charge attack, this is what we get without critting, and this is a single slash only. And with the crit we get 16k versus 19k. And this really does show you when you optimize these small little numbers, they're amplified quite a lot by the crit rate, which is so important. Of course, Ayaka's charge attack does about 3 slashes, so this is just shy of 60k. And the way Mistsplitter works is if your elemental burst is down, you get an additional stack, so this pushes this critical attack into the 20k, so we're looking at about 60k on average, like charge attack. Assuming you can get all the crits, which is really nice for Ayaka. So my conclusion overall is definitely in my case, my Ayaka is a lot better off with the attack percentage goblet. Now if you're a free-to-play player and you do not have the Mistsplitter like we've got it here, and you've got, let's say, an R4 weapon, then you are, I think in all cases, better off with the cryo goblet. And the reason is you just want to sort of get the optimal point of attack